Oh boy. Woo! So about yesterday's run, I will say that why am I on Judas, by the way? Thank you. No, we're not doing greed today. We're doing Eden. Wow. Yeah. Today was a difficult day to load up Isaac, I gotta say. It was a very, very trying run yesterday. And I have let a lot of time, in fact, a whole day go by before I decided to even touch Isaac again. Just because it was, I mean, you all saw it. You all saw that run. If you didn't see yesterday's episode, what are you doing? Stop, whatever this title is, just stop this video and go watch that one, because my gosh, man, it was just something to behold. That's all I'm going to say. So here's your artwork slash meme slash picture of the day, whatever you want to call it, submitted here by Tenderer Mean 000. Title thread was first vultures, now dogs. Yeah, and in the post there, they said, just want to apologize. This isn't them, I assume it's from some Facebook or meme, I don't know. Just want to apologize to any of my neighbors that are missing a rack of ribs. Our dog escaped and came back an hour later with this. Yeah. Now those to my untrained eye look like beef ribs. I was using pork ribs, so, but yeah, that's it's, I don't know, something in the water with the animals and the ribs and the, I don't know, man. There's something in the water, period. Let's put it that way. CJ's gonna be 16 Zulu Delta Quebec Bravo 7-1. We've got already better damage and tiers than we had for the most of the entire run in yesterday's episode. Starting off with Mom's perfume. You saw me accidentally hit the spacebar button there for a minute because I'm trying to get away from actually taking damage here, and failed miserably already. So we have no idea how much HP we have. We have no idea if we're on soul hearts, if we're on red hearts. No clue. The only thing that we do know after taking a little bit of damage is that we are not on 1/2 heart. If we were, there'd be a little pea puddle at the base of the door. But yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest. It was one of those episodes. Okay, so we're on soul hearts right now. It was one of those episodes where I had no words to describe like how I felt after it. It was mind-blowing trying to get through that run yesterday. And I know that, like, you know, some people think I exaggerate with the titles or think it's clickbaity or whatever. I truly don't. Whenever in that moment, whenever I make the titles and stuff, I try to vaguely reference, like, sort of like, it's, you know, sometimes memey, sometimes maybe a little clickbaity, but nothing egregious. And certainly I try to at least inject a little bit of emotion in there. Are we on half a heart right now? I thought I saw some yellow come out, but I wasn't sure if that was no, we're not. Okay. That must have been one of the tier effects or something. Anyway, I try to, like, make the titles basically whenever I upload these videos, I make the title pretty much immediately. And that way I at least can preserve the memory of whatever happened in that episode. So when it does come time for Alex to draw the thumbnails, I can somewhat remember the runs, you know. And it's just like in poker or anything, really. It's very easy to remember the negative more than the positive. And yesterday's run was what I don't even know what to say. It's hard for me to call it like a negative run because it's like, well, these are the type of runs that people really, really, really enjoy. Some people, other people don't like to see me suffer, but most people do. And that's fine. It's whatever, you know. I can deal with it. I've been doing it forever now. But from like a actual like mental capacity, like, it's like, man, I don't even want to open this game right now. Because there's a run that's so bad that you just don't even want to even look at the game, and that's exactly how I felt after that run yesterday. Get Dark Prince's crown here, which would be a very nice little. It's a free double deal item. It's not going to be active because we already know that we are on soul hearts. What was in the shop again? Spinning top, by the way, is our active item. Yeah, we don't need deck of cards that bad. I mean, it's better than spinning top. Super secret room is right here, by the way, but I'm not gonna go buy a bomb for it. Okay, so we do have red hearts, which means that we started with possibly 4 HP. No, we started with 3 HP. We were down to red hearts, and then we got the black heart from a safety pin. Okay, now that we got that mystery solved. But yeah, I mean, I was so discombobulated. Even today, I haven't touched Isaac since closing out the executable from yesterday. I was so discombobulated, we didn't even start on the right character today. I mean, Mega Bean is kind of whatever. It does deal damage, and you can use it, if you're good enough, you can use it to break rocks. Kind of like that, except that, it's supposed to go all the way through. Of course, I do want to actually get those steel chests because they might have a key or two in it, which would lead to the golden chest, which might lead to money, etc., etc. So, but yeah, the last thing I will say about yesterday's episode is just that I'm glad that there are people who enjoy it and can get past everyone, not everyone. Some people misconstrue whenever whenever things are going bad. They misconstrue it as like, oh my God, it's just complaining nonstop. Brother, sister, at this point, if you don't know how I am, I can't help you. I think that there's this weird culture of not just my videos, but like for YouTubers and streamers in general, where it seems like people are just not allowed to be upset at a game or like annoyed at the game. And that's upsetting because it's like we could go down to Dark Prince's Crown territory. I'm not going to do that yet because we haven't seen what our devil deal is. But yeah, I mean, I think that if there's a balance, like if there's a healthy balance, it's like, okay, like this sucks, or versus like, just a constant like oh, everything's awful, we're not going to make it. I think that I do feel that there's a big distinction between those two. Some people call it splitting hairs, but whatever. Those type of runs, like I challenge people who know about Isaac, who aren't just newbies, and who know enough about the game to understand, like, just on like a primal level of how frustrating runs like that are and how they can be. But that's what makes the game so great. I mean, those are the type of runs that we talked about with Zombolis in the interview. It's just like, it's like, yeah, you have to make do. It's either that or die, or just don't even try. I'm gonna go for Hairpin because Hairpin, if we end up getting a better than average Spacefer item, then we'll be able to do something with it. And yeah, Little Horn's gonna be great for us. We're able to get a nice little tiers upgrade here from Dark Prince's Crown, and we need some luck. So let's go back and finally go see what's inside that golden chest, because I just have to know. So that's all I'll bookend the conversation with yesterday's run. Is just that I'm glad that there are people out there who enjoy it. I'm glad that there are people who understand the frustration, and like, you gotta cut your streamers and YouTubers a little slack. All right, things don't always go crazy. Let them vent a little bit. It's okay. At the end of the day, I would prefer not to get. I mean, those are the type of runs where it's like one of those runs every now and then is like, okay, I understand why people want to see this stuff. It's fine, whatever. But like, so far in June, wow, we just one shot Hairpin. So far in June, it seems like this month has been filled. So anyway, in the very, very early beginnings of June here, have been filled with runs that we didn't even see in May. So it's clear to me that the game was just being kind. For my birthday month, because now that that's over, holy moly. Hoping we can sneak a soul heart, not gonna happen. And I will take the red patch, just in case we do take damage, because again, our movement speed is real bad, and head on down. So we go on to last week's question of the episode, moving past yesterday's episode, which was the most fun run of the year so far anyway, which I I maintain that there's a big distinction between that and the newest, the new strongest run of the year miniseries, and that run was a lot of fun. Like there's different levels of fun in my mind. Like there's strong runs, right? And of course those are always going to be fun, and then there's fun runs where like we have like the redemption run. That's the one that comes to mind most often. Just like I think that there's different types of fun. There's like different classifications of run. And I do enjoy those runs where it may not be as powerful, but like it makes you think, or like a D12 run. Those runs are also a lot of great fun as well. I don't think this busts the. No, it doesn't. Okay. Anyway, but going on to last week's question of the episode, the most fun run of the year so far. We had a question come in from Vuka74, who said, question of the episode: if you could change, or if you could or would change TM Trainer, what would you do? Would you keep the chaos, or would you just leave it as is, or change it? How would you change it? Essentially is what they were saying. For TM Trainer, I've gone on record to say that I think it is a fun item. It's one of those items where if you don't care about winning, or you're not trying to streak, or you're not trying to speed run or anything like that, then TM Trainer can actually be a ton of fun. Just to see, I mean, even the devs don't know what TM Trainer is capable of, because it's almost like it's almost like its own individual AI programmer, developer that's exists inside of the game, right? And that level of chaos is just something that you're never going to be able to get with any other combination of items. So for me personally, I would leave it as is. I think that changing it, someone in the replies said that they would just make it to where it just shuffles like the icons, like the sprites and stuff, like the April Fool's challenge that we had a while ago. And I think that since that already kind of exists, but TM Trainer, for the reference for it being in Pokemon, it is the utter definition of chaos. And I think that if you change it in any way, like you say, like, oh, well, just make it to where it can't actually kill Isaac or the player, I don't think that that's being true to its nature at that point. As soon as I started moving that way, I knew that we were going to take damage. Yeah, well, this is again another very bad movement speed situation here. And we lost the Dark Prince's crown buff. I don't know what's been going on with movement speed lately. So yeah, so to answer Vuka's question, I would keep TM Trainer as is. I think that if you embrace the chaos and the sheer awe of what the game is capable of doing by itself, to itself, you gotta just embrace it. You take TM Trainer, you're gonna be in for a wild ride. I mean, Bombino, which is not a good matchup for us. I don't know how we didn't manage to poison him there. And another HP upgrade, and yeah, we need a little help here. Vasculitis is Vasca bad. I'm just not even gonna waste the key to get in there. We took Dreamcatcher, by the way. That's the reason why our mid-transition scenes have been replaced instead of scenes with Isaac. You get to see what's inside of the item room and also see what boss we're fighting. We know we're fighting Polycephalus, which is fine by me. We just need to get some more movement speed. We need to get damage. I don't know why the game has been so allergic to giving us damage lately, but I will tell you this right now. I am not in the mood for another crawl episode or another ultimate struggle bus run like yesterday. I can't do it. I really cannot today. I mean, I'm going to do it, but I'm just asking for just a little bit of a bone. Just a little bone. Now, I'm not even asking for like a whole rib. Like, give me like half of a rib of stats or damage or anything. Nice freeze there by Mega Bean. It takes Steam Sale. Car battery, Mega Bean is not exactly all that great. This will at least get us down to Dark Prince's Crown. This does give us car battery now. I mean, I'm still going to take car battery because there's no reason not to. Unless we had like a reroll or something like that, but we don't, so. Again, we know that vasculitis is inside of the item room, so we just don't even care about that. And in a weird anti-synergy, we have the leech, which is actually ruining our Dark Prince's Crown. But I would rather have the leech be able to at least give us some kind of HP regeneration than not have any at all on a run where we just have 0.9 movement speed. It's the only stat that isn't as good as it was yesterday. We were stuck with 0.92 for that entire ordeal. Most of the comments from last week's episode obviously was dominated by the whole tip discussion. Many people kind of sharing my views on that. Some people weren't. You know, other people. Surprisingly, we have a lot of DoorDash driver, Uber Eats drivers out there, and they said, you know, we literally cannot open the orders whenever they're sent. I'm like, yeah, I understand that. I get that. That's not what the main bone to pick was. The main bone to pick was the, you know, if I send a message to a driver and say like, hey, don't let them forget, like, you know, the syrup or the butter or, like, you know, the white bread, and the Uber Eats driver or DoorDash driver or whatever just flat out just doesn't respond, I'm sorry, like that's going to affect your tip, especially if they end up not including it inside of the order. Other people were saying it's not the driver's responsibility to make sure that the restaurant had got the order correct, which led into, like, you know, we can't open the order. And again, I understand that, super understand that. That's not the main point. The point is that if I try to contact the driver to make sure that, hey, make sure that they include this for the sides or something like that, or ask them, hey, can you ask them to include more sauce or something like that, because I ordered it last time, they charged me for it but never gave it to me. If I just get stonewall, just flat out just get nothing, that's the main complaint. No, I'm not. I will not. I'm gonna go back over here and get more money for the next floor. We could go into the curse room. I'm hoping that we just get a blood bag here. Just swallow red patch and that's fine. Against my better judgment, I'm gonna go check to see what's inside of the curse room here. And yep, standard curse room affair here. I really should let Leech just get the kill so we can get more HP to feed into the Temperance Machine. Hey, we could play the Demon Judgment as well. I guess we should have probably done that, but we need the money for the next floor, so. Again, the reason why we're not going to the item room, we know it's vasculitis. We don't care about vasculitis. Now, could there be a reroll machine in there? There could be, I suppose, but there's no way we're going to... I would much rather have a chance to get something helpful from a planetarium than to do that. And if we end up fighting Beast, which is definitely not going to happen, but if for some reason we do, at least we can go back here and revisit that item room. Curse the Unknown. We had to wait till floor 5 for our next devil deal, which is unfortunate. At least we have something that can break the tears cap without us suffering any penalty for it. That's one of the best things, and probably the best thing about Mom's Perfume is being able to. Not only is it tears up, but also, of course, it breaks the tears cap. And all we need, again, eerily similar to yesterday, all we need is a little bit of damage to really take advantage of this tears rate. Now, we just lost it because of Leech, and that's the anti-synergy I was talking about. But it's still fine. It gives us HP to not only stay safe, but also it gives us the ability to play any Temperance Machines or Devil Deal or Demon Judgments. Ideally, we would be able to take this. We can use this in here because we have the Hairpin swallowed, so we're gonna get a full charge anyway. Ideally, we would be in a scenario where we would only have one red heart HP and that's it. So we have a perma buff or get rock bottom or something like that. But obviously, that's probably not gonna happen. I'm not gonna use a bomb. Whenever Loki gets in the corner like that, I'm very tempted to just blast him out of this world with a bomb, but we only have 2. And if we end up getting like small rock or something like that, I don't know if we take it. We probably have to take it. Thank you. That's what I was waiting for Little Horn to do. Okay. You get a movement speed upgrade. Makes me feel a lot better. Oh. Now, I don't remember what was in the item room. I think it was Mr. Boom. Or possibly just Boom. It was a bomb. I know that. Man, this is... I mean, I can't even blame it on the same executable being open. We gotta hope that we get something out of the shop here. It's crazy. Like, it really is crazy how just not great the last couple of runs have been. Mom's Bracelet's not terrible. Like, Mega Bean is just not appealing to me. We do get the Eraser. Yeah. Just immediate. I am gonna use a key here just because I need to see what it is. Oh no, it's Bob's Curse. Okay. That's fine. We needed bombs anyway. Yeah, the Eraser is much more appealing than Mega Bean. Gonna see what the sack is here. Okay. Definitely worth it. And we could play this fortune-telling machine, but I'm just not going to. We get a soul heart anyway, or half a soul heart, and a dime and a couple pennies. That's good. So this sets us up for a pivotal Depths 2 here, but we need to knock it out of the park with this floor. Otherwise, we're in some trouble again. So that was Tech Point 5. I had a text from Mama Victa. Tech Point 5. Fantastic. It's not any stat changer, but it is going to help us with damage. Now we could, with the Eraser, we could erase Larry from existence, but I don't think there's ever been a scenario for me anyway where we've been like, man, we got to get rid of Larry, you know? Not even worth the card that we paid to get in there. Like, yes, we do need luck rating for sure, but it's half of that is just disdain for a very, very, very mid item, and the other is strategically it does not make sense for us to go and do a boss trap room for a lowly range and luck upgrade and a coin. It just, to me, it's not that, it is not that important to this run. Now, if that were a damage upgrade or red heart, HP, really anything other than Dad's coin, I would definitely consider it. I almost want to... I almost want to erase those just because of that. Stop myself because I gotta remember that this only erases the heads, not the bodies, so they can still spawn even though you erase them, which is always fun. Okay, we need to stop the bleeding here. Waiting for bonies if we get one. Take care of flies, it's fine. Of course, we get a bony right after. And we are one door away from Tech Point 5. I'm gonna shoot this statue just because I'm tired of getting shot by him. There's no way to get over there, unfortunately. The Tech Point Fizzle is a very big help here. So we are not able to go into the curse room yet. Yeah, the Curse of Darkness on this floor, I don't know why, it just seems so much darker. Like, you legit can't see anything on the left side of the screen right now, and I can't either. Extremely dark. I always try to get the mom hand to drop. You know it's a skeletal one, and then you want to kind of eke your way over to the gap right here, because the fissure, thankfully, it's one of the few places fissures cannot go. And let them kind of heat seek right toward you. Okay, we need to get down to Dark Prince's Crown. Now, unfortunately, I don't think that the hairpin works with the eraser. I'm 99% sure it doesn't. But that would be cool if it did, because that gives us an opportunity to erase some bonies or something in there. We can get back down to at least Dark Prince's Crown territory. Cool card is here, so if we need to come back out, we can. And a greed fight in our final shop. All right. All right. This, I will say, I'm just preemptively saying this right now. I think that this week is going to have a new record for the lowest score on the Jasonator dunk rating that we've ever had. Like, obviously, for me, anyway, at the time's recording, yesterday's episode hasn't gone out yet, so I haven't even seen the reaction to it yet. But I'm very curious to see what Hint of Lime actually gives that run. It's now, like, that might be one of those ones where he might do an inverse Jasonator dunk rating and give it a 25 out of 10 for horribleness, but... We're back down at Dark Prince's Crown territory. Pretty sure this is not going to give us an eraser charge. Yeah. And we lost damage there, not because we lost damage like permanently. That was just the red patch effect that we had from tapping the Temperance Machine. Saw that one way too late. And we don't get another double deal, and now we're forced to start taking HP. Man, wow. Matriarch is going to be an absolute nightmare. Okay, we got to remember we need to erase high-value targets here. At this point, we cannot rely on Dark Prince's crown, and we have to stay alive here. I'm so tempted to just rip the Fool card. In fact, we're not getting out of there without taking damage, so I will. Are you kidding me, Leech? I tried to fire it at the first one, and then I was like, oh, this one will just bounce towards us. Oh. What I need to do is I need to save the eraser for Ministros. Ministros are Claudies. I do really hate the needles a lot. There we go. Good proc there by Little Horn. I don't know. It's just, it feels, something feels off lately in Isaac. It feels like we're just constantly struggling here this week. And we even saw it on Sunday's run, the Toxic run, where, you know, like, it was a struggle bus, but it wasn't like overly struggle bus. But that really set the tone for this week. Can't take any of those. All right, Matriarch is going to be not fun. I don't know. I'm not sure anyone who is like, man, thank God we get to fight Matriarch. The only time I ever want to fight Matriarch is when we're just like killing it, and we know that she cannot have. There's no way that she has a chance. Now, I will say that Mom's Perfume is doing a great job of keeping her feared and away from us. I'm down for that. I didn't see those chub heads because they were blocked by the other ones going the other way. We failed another 67%. Oh boy. I'm really trying, guys, and I apologize. I'm really trying to stay focused and not get bogged down by these last couple of runs, but it's tough, man. I'm not gonna lie. This is the toughest week of Isaac that I can remember in a long time. I'm trying to keep it entertaining and stuff, but I'm just like, there's this overwhelming sense of, I feel like there is just something off with Isaac lately. It might just be I mean, we've had a legendarily awful bad string of runs, and you know, it's very difficult to stay positive, or at least attempt to anyway. I'm trying. Just know that I'm trying. June has been the nightmare month so far, and it's definitely continuing. Don't let them get you with this cross shot here. The Gish is the problem in this room. Gonna wait for a clear shot. I don't care if I have to take damage to get it. I'm erasing this Claudie. I'm not going to take another Rotten Heart. Embrace the struggle. That's what I say. Embrace the struggle of these last couple of runs. For those of you who love who love the buses, the bus runs. And Tech Point 5, to be fair, is making this somewhat tolerable. If we didn't have Tech Point 5 or Little Horn, we'd be really screwed. The difference between this run and yesterday's run is the fact that we don't have Blue Baby's only friend to rely upon. But Tech Point 5 does all the heavy lifting in this run here, and Little Horn whenever Big Horn shows up. And again, you could argue that maybe we should have gotten that luck upgrade to maybe get a slight amount of Big Horn procs at a better rate, but I would argue I still think it doesn't make too much sense to do that in a very low HP, low stat situation that isn't going to give us a tears up or a damage up for a mid-game boss rush or mid-game boss trap. Okay, we get through Mom's Heart fairly easily, and our final devil deal is a Krampus fight. So we got a grand total of no devil deals on this run. Yeah, we take Krampus' head here. No, that's a lie. We got one devil deal. We got Little Horn, and then we had to wait till floor 5 for Sister Maggie. Then we had to wait till floor 8, and it was a Krampus fight. As much as I would love to say that Eraser is going to, like, do gangbusters for us, Krampus' head just makes more sense. Eraser did do work. Not going to lie, it did do work. And I would love to erase bonies, but the fact of the matter is that we don't really see that many bonies in the chest. We see them, I mean, the Cathedral is the last place that we see them. Really. I mean, you do see bonies in the chest every now and then, but they're just not so prolific. There's a 0.0% chance I will go in this curse room. I also got to sit up because I'm slouching. Because I'm trying to get comfortable here. But now's the time we got to sit up, and we got to start focusing here, because we're not in exactly the same spot as yesterday, but we are kind of in this for different reasons. I think it's the ghost of yesterday's run is still haunting me. There is a tinted rock in here. I'm going to bomb it, but I'm not going to take it before Isaac. With Tech Point 5, I know that we can beat Isaac without hopefully too much problem. It's the rooms leading up to Isaac is the one that's the journey that worries me. And it is because of lack of movement speed. I mean, 1.20, it's better than 0.92. There's a tinted rock up here as well. Okay, so we get another soul heart. We can use Krampus' head here just because we have the hairpin. Should probably try to find a bomb, or at least let Leech get us to a half-heart interval. I refuse to go in there without at least having 2.5 hearts. Or a bomb. I want to get a bomb so we can poison Isaac, get him through phase 2. Because that's going to be the real problem here. Trying to make some cheeky procs here happen with Little Horn. There's a sack room in here, but the idea, the very even thought of doing a sack room shuffle is seems like distant memories at this point. There we go. Each getting us down to at least a half heart interval means that we're going to be able to have Polar Invincibility. Even if we get to 3 hearts, it's fine. But 2.5 hearts is the best. That's the best policy here because this allows us to go to Polar Invincibility. Now, some of you may think I'm an idiot for not taking these soul hearts here, but we need these soul hearts for the chest. I know that we're going to take damage based on how much damage we've already seen on this level. It is a risk, but remember, we have Polar Invincibility, and all we have to do is just get by Phase 2 of Isaac. I'm not going to use Krampus's head until he starts spawning the screaming fetuses here. I wish we had just one bomb. We gotta be careful of the phantom shots. Now we did get a damage upgrade from Red Patch. I feel more comfortable in this spot than I did in Phase 2. Fear is at least going to keep Isaac away from us, and we can just sit back and kind of pluck away with Tech Point 5. Keep him feared. That's the phantom shot I was talking about. You cannot get close to Isaac at any point when he's feared. You shouldn't be. You should be using your range and your tier effects to help overcome the gap. Now, I expected 1 hit. I didn't expect 2. The teleport directly on top of us was, yep. But now what we're rewarded with here is we have 3 soul hearts, Polar Invincibility going into the chest. We have Leech, which is going to give us more HP. So we just a damage upgrade game. That's all I'm asking. Just one. And we got Bob's Brain with Monster Manual. I mean, I guess in a way it's a damage upgrade in the most roundabout sense, but where did we get Guardian Angel? Oh, that's right. We have Monster Manual. That's right. Or Monster Manual. We have Car Battery. That's why. Guardian Angel actually saved us in that last room from taking a hit. So, I mean, maybe Monster Manual is the play with Car Battery. We have the worst possible. We have the worst possible follower to have gotten. Got at this point. So at least if we have followers, you know, maybe we can get some extra damage. And Bob's Brain is going to do explosive and poison damage to stuff, so Okay, Leech got us back to Dark Prince's Crown territory, which is good. Nice shot there. Start with Bob's brain. By Gal. Wait, no, not. It's the fake By Gal. What? Dude, I don't even know what's going on in this room anymore. We have got to let Leech get these kills. Okay, now we don't. I think tomorrow, no matter what happens in this episode, I think tomorrow I'm going to take a 2-day break from Isaac, I think. I need to hit the reset button on my anguish. We still have to play lights out here. I mean, I took Key Bum out of desperation. We did find Blue Baby, so we're going to have a charge, one more charge on Monster Manual. Then we can go back and get Krampus's head. So lucky us, we almost went directly to Blue Baby. And we are going to end up winning this run. I know we are at this point. Got 2 leeches. The reason why we're going back for the head of Krampus, even though it doesn't have a charge, remember, we have the swallowed hairpin, so. And wow, it's another run where we had our damage upgrade was the red patch. I mean, Dark Prince's Crown, yeah, but with Leech, with the anti-synergy of Leech, it's like, what do you even do? What in the... We got shot? I have no idea what just happened there. Somehow we slid all the way to the top of the room, and we missed the head of Krampus. I have absolutely no clue what just happened there. I don't know if it was a Soul Blue Baby that shot us that way, or the butt bombs, or... Trying to stay on the creep here, but we have to stay away from Bob's brain. These are the strangest set of Isaac runs I've ever seen in my entire life. In all the years I've played this game, this week has been something else, man. If it weren't on video, no one would believe the shenanigans that's been happening. There you go, another one in the books. Thank you for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I'm gonna take probably a day or two. Like, the YouTube content's not gonna be interrupted, obviously, but I definitely need to take at least a day of pause and hit a refresh button, because man, I physically can't take another one of these episodes in a row. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Those of you who love Struggle Bus runs, you're in heaven right now, and hopefully it stops, but I feel like it probably won't. Thanks for watching this video. I like thanks to patrons of mine like Michael McMaster, Fred, and Caitlin Bennett. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find over at patreon.com/Invicta.